We have shown you all of the events, given you the top numbers from these BYU competitors, and now to help us recap it all is BYU football head coach Kalani Sitake. Coach, welcome to the set. This day seems to get bigger and better every year. What'd you think about the setup this year and the performance of you guys?
That's great. I mean, the scouts from the NFL always talk about how our guys do it first class, and I think they've kind of set the standard for everyone else. I see a lot of programs kind of stepping up their pro day, and whether it's in the gear or just the way the setup is. And I think that I think BYU's the one that kind of pioneered that whole thing, and so I'm proud that our guys have this type of setup and that they're able to get the scouts looking forward to this day and BYU Pro Day. And looking at the numbers, I kind of think that's exactly what we thought when we looked at our training. And I think Sione in the combine probably performed a little bit better than what we had him when we had him timed with what we did last year. But the weight and everything is about the same. So I hope he's doing well in the workouts. But from what I'm hearing, you guys doing a pretty good job today.
31 NFL teams represented. This isn't just an opportunity for these guys. It's an opportunity to showcase the program today as well.
Yeah, and it's also a good opportunity for the young guys that are here. I mean, we have our guys that when they're not in class, able to come down here and watch the guys run around and see the scouts that are at practices during the season, and at spring ball. So for our guys, it's good to be familiar with the scouts and be familiar with the drills. Next week, as a program, we'll run our own kind of combine type of deal and test our guys. So, our guys have the thought of wanting to play in the NFL, and we have to be able to provide them those tests and those numbers and opportunities to improve.
So you want us back next week to show the current guys too? Yeah. Is that what you want?
Sure. I mean, I don't know how that's going to work, but yeah, for us, I think it's good for us to get the practice, and it'd be a shame if the first time these guys ran the timed 40 was at Pro Day rather than getting 4 or 5 opportunities to do it during their career here at BYU.
And do those metrics that you take of the current guys, do those help you establish where a guy may fit in a certain position a little bit better? How do you use those numbers other than preparing for this in the future?
A little bit. I mean, I think the more you do it, the better you become at it, and so that's probably one thing. But for us to just give them something to compare themselves to for the ones that are getting drafted, and not just in their times, but also in their height and weight and things like that. I mean, they probably can't do anything about their height, but there's opportunities for them to get lean body mass and to get in type of getting their body to be what they're seeing from guys that are getting taken early in the draft compared to where they're at right now. So I think the biggest growth could be from a freshman that's watching this right now and say, hey, in 4 years, I want to be where these guys are, and if I need to gain 15 pounds of muscle, then I'm going to do it.
If you had to compete in one of these events today, Kalani, which would be the best for you?
There's no pie-eating one today.
That's tonight at the banquet.
I would have to probably say maybe the bench press is the only thing that I could probably do with, I think I'd do okay. I mean, that's...
What qualifies as okay?
I don't know. I'm not going to do it for you guys today.
well, I'm pushing you toward.
Oh, they put the bench.
Darn it!
Well, now wait
I worked
a minute.
out this morning, so guys, it's going to be the numbers aren't going to be right.
Now we heard the coaches are going to do the bench press 225 a little bit later.
Hey, if we
how are you
do the
gonna
bench
do
press, that guy right there, AJ's probably going to win.
I would hope the strength and conditioning staff.
Yeah, I think
right?
I think they would do really well, but I think we have some coaches that would kind of match up.
Who's the weakest? No, I'm just kidding.
Me. You guys are putting me on the spot.
Yeah, don't ask me to go over there, please. I can't even get the bar up, probably.
So when you observe these guys getting ready for Pro Day, because we only see the culminating event in large part, what is it like behind the scenes as you watch your graduated players come back and then sign their specific trainers and all that stuff? Walk us through the process of how that all begins and what you observe.
Well, I think it's just kind of going through that process. We did it a little bit during the bowl game prep and talking to these guys, and knowing that guys like Corbin would probably be a little tight for the window for him to be able to perform today. We're starting to see that other places, guys that are coming off surgeries and things like that they're not going to put bad number out there if they're not 100%. And so I'm with him on that. But I think his height and weight and all that stuff measured out pretty good, And but you're looking at guys. I think it's just more about what they want to do with their life. We have a a guy that was possible an NFL draft pick in Austin Hoyt.
Yes.
Who decided just to hang it up and just start life as a husband and a father. And he's already done that, but he's got a great job and opportunities for him and his family. And as much as the scouts really want him to be able to keep playing, I think it's important for us to have those discussions and put him in a position where they can have success. And some guys have decided not to do that. Adam Pulsifer decided not to do anything today because he's got a great job lined up for him in June in LA. So the connections that we have at BYU allow us to give these guys so many options to look at, and one of them could possibly be making more money outside of football and not going into trying to get in the NFL. And I want my guys to get the opportunity to go to the NFL, but it's really up to them, and I just give them the options and they decide.
Now, the real question we haven't asked anybody or discussed on the show so far in 80 minutes is, who has the best "I'm not in school anymore" beard, in your opinion?
Oh, I didn't even
because
notice
Tanner
that.
Mangum
Out,
and
yeah.
Matt Hadley have some really good ones. I think Matt Hadley has the best beard.
Does he?
Right now.
Yeah, that's.
We'll try and get a shot.
Is it
for
still 100%? Are all the guys in?
Look at that thing.
Oh yeah.
That's good. Like, he's been up in the mountains hunting.
That's a guy from Connell, Washington.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Yes, he's been hunting fish like with his bare hands in the mountains.
I'm
Look at that
jealous. Yeah. I'm only jealous because a beard's a great way to hide a double chin. And,
Is it? That's your sound advice for the day?
well, I think it is. I mean, when I had one, it was great.
When you had a double
Look
chin
at
or a beard?
Corbin. Okay, he looks taller with the beard. That's impressive. Is there anyone that's clean shaven?
Probably not, right?
They can finally have a beard. Kalani Sitake, the head football coach at BYU, with this. We've watched
There we
Sione
go. Red
Takitaki.
clean.
Yes.
Okay.
We've watched Sione Takitaki kind of be on this dramatic ascent. He was initially scheduled to compete in the NFLPA Bowl. Then it became an East-West Shrine Game invite after he balled out in the ball game. And then that turned into a Senior Bowl invite. And now all of a sudden he's off the radar to a projected everywhere from 3rd to 6th round pick. How would you sum up what you've seen from Sione Takitaki and his ascent?
He's worked really hard, and he's done a great job at listening to the advice that he's received, and from many different sources. From his wife, from coaches, from former coaches, and I mean, he's just been involved with everybody. And I think he's the kind of guy that sees the benefits from just listening and listening to the guidance that he's been given. But you have to give him a lot of credit for how hard he's worked. I think. We also changed positions on him, during midseason, and so there's a lot of things that he's done that wasn't really the most ideal for him in different situations. He would have got more sacks and more numbers playing at outside back or D end, but I think the versatility and the ability for him to move different positions has really been the reason why a lot of coaches want to watch him and why they invite him to the Senior Bowl and everything.
Do you see him playing middle linebacker at the next level?
I do, but I think that one of the things that the scouts keep asking us is what's his football IQ, and the guy gets it. He understands football, and you can't just go from learning DN to linebacker to middle linebacker if you don't know football. And I'm just proud of him. I've been proud of the way he's progressed since I got here, the things that I've seen from him, not just in the football field, but also off the field. I've seen a lot of growth, and I imagine he's going to take that and do well in the NFL, but also do well as a husband and do well as a contributor in the community.
All right, Kalani, we'll let you get to the pie eating contest, wherever that is.
I'm going to go warm up for my bench press.
There's a banquet tonight. You can eat all the pie you want at that, right?
This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
We're going to have fun tonight. Yeah, we're going to celebrate all these guys.
You
and what
should.
they've done
Spring
for the
ball's
program.
over, and
Yeah.
I know you're feeling good about what you saw. And Jaron Hall made a catch crashing into center field wall, and he
saw
got
that.
up, and he's okay. He can clearly take a hit.
I saw that. Yeah, well, I mean, he got hit harder than that in the scrimmage, so I think he did. I don't know. He juked a bunch of people, too. So
Thanks, Kalani.
appreciate you guys. Thank you. Go Cougs.
Oh, we'll wrap up things from 2019 BYU Football Pro Day here in just a minute. Don't go anywhere. BYU Sports Nation All Access continues right after this.